Hello. Hopefully this video comes out okay. This is like the first one I'm kind of doing in quite a few years, so I'm pretty nervous about it, to be honest, and let's just see how it goes. This is the first like full complete journal that I've made since I've come back to crafting, and this is going to just be a flip through. It started out as a folio. I started out with like a manila file folder and decided to try to make like a lap book. And I used a variety of digitals, including some of my own, Tracy Fox, Artie Mays, quite a few others. And anyway, let's just go ahead and get right into it. So I'm a real big fan of doing like, you know, crunchy noises, nice stuff, the normal stuff, right? Anyway, I applied this doily to some parchment paper, and there's some pretty fabric back here. I mean, you can see it all. Well, let's see if I can find there we go. Here you go. So it's pretty. It's got lots of texture, lots of, fun details to see. Yeah. So that's just the cover, and it's applied to the spine only. And you can see this is the front and the back, and you can get access to both the front and the back very easily just by moving the cover aside. So let's go ahead and get back into it. In the front, we have a nice folder. I kept the shape and just sewed it around. So there we go. And in the pocket, we've got this. I'm really a super huge fan of paper clips and cute looking ones. And so this is just a fat one. And it's just got some ephemera in it, and it's all grunged up, and I use lots of washi. It's pretty cohesive washi though, and this is just a pile of papers that you can just write on and make notes on. And so yeah, so it's just a fun little accent to the front cover here. And I like the butterflies. It's kind of like a theme throughout. There's a little bit of bird, a little bit of butterfly, very naturey looking, but I did try to add some colors, lots of blues, greens, reds. So hopefully it came out good. I really like how it turned out so far. So here's the inside of the front cover, and we have like this cute little lap book folio thing. And here's the front page of our first signature, or only signature rather. But we're going to go into this front part here. And so all I did was just do a simple like tie closure. Um, I did put some glue to the ends of these, the ribbon, because it's ribbon, it's going to fall apart. But anyway, this should last. But I mean, you could always replace it with some rope or something if you so choose. And on the inside, we've got another cute little. There's a pocket back here. There's a tab to indicate where the pocket is. And this is just a note card. And some more writing spots, just some fun decorated ephemera. I really enjoyed this pocket that I did back here. Now this is just I sewed this alternatively and glued it to the top of this area back here so that I could create a pocket. But this was just a manila file folder. Again, I sewed the pocket up to create the pocket here. But I did use different strips of paper to create this really pretty collage back here. And I really enjoyed the way that came out. There is a magnet back here. So there's a magnet closure. You hear that? So just fun little details. I really honestly spent like hours on every single page in here because I haven't crafted in a long time and I really enjoyed it. I took my time, all the little pieces here. So a fun little thing that I showed, and it was a short that I showed at some point. But the little closure here, that's just an eyelet on this side, right? But on this side, it always, just looks crappy with the silver piece or the gold piece or whatever the color is, right? And so I just added, I have a little flower punch and I punched the hole through it with my crocodile, and there. You know, it's a silly little tiny detail, but honestly, I really love the tiny little details. There's some stamping that's done throughout. Sorry, I'm not used to this setup with the the thing that I have holding up the camera. So I'm sorry for bumping the camera. We'll try not to do it again. But yeah, so like there's little details, little butterflies here. There's some stamping here. The bird peeking from the back here, so cute. There's washi tape details. Like if you take the time to like look around, there's a huge amount of detail here. I'm not going to tie that back up right this second. I may just include both of these because I'm not entirely sure what people would want. I feel like this was a much better choice. This is also glued at the ends. I like the way this looked better with the color. We'll see, whatever. It doesn't matter, you choose. You can also replace it. You can do whatever you want. It's, you know, that's the beauty of the thing that we're doing here, crafting and junk journaling, is you can literally do whatever you want. I really love this feature we got here with the it is embroidered because it's not a doily, right? I don't know what this is called. Is it just embroidered um doily of sorts? I'm not entirely sure what that is, but that's what it was. I just took a piece of it and made this fun part. And then you see this is a piece of doily that I also took and put up there. And this is just a really fun book page that I applied to the top of the Manilla folder with some layering in the background. Now, this is actually, this part here, year ended March 31st. This is actually on the file folder itself, but I just liked the detail so much that I cut this piece of red out to accentuate it, and I glued that down. And I just tried to make lots of, so like when I approach crafting, I like to look at the colors that I have over here and try to see if I have any of those colors over here. And I don't know if that's the right way to do it. That's just the way my brain says. So I have like green here, red here, red here. You know, it's just that type of thing. The orange here and the orange washi back there. So um, that's what I try to do anyway. I know there's no right or wrong way to do anything. I really love this piece of trim, and I don't have that much left of it. So I've just been using little bits of it every now and then. And this is just some, I don't know, it actually is like some weird bit of doily. I have it on another piece that I'm working on. This like, it was like the end of it or whatever, and I just used as a pocket on this, but that's not included in this. I'm just showing you this is what this is here is this fabric. I really enjoyed using all the little bits. So this is a signature cover. It's a manila file folder as well, so it's nice and thick. I like to make my signature covers nice and thick. You don't have to, I do. To each their own. This way I made this little tiny pocket here, and there's some interesting accentuation. So this is a bare manila file folder, but I took this real fun paper that I had, and actually I don't know if I have any. Oh, I do. Okay. I had this paper, and I'm not entirely sure. It's like mulberry, I guess is the texture. It's very handmade, very cool looking. But I put that completely pasted down onto the manila file folder because I had coffee dyed it. So there's lots of really, sorry to say it, sexy, like coffee dyed texture back here. And I didn't want to cover it completely. So I used this paper because I really loved the way that it seeped through once it had been glued down. Like gluing it down really allowed for the opacity to take effect. A little bit of washi tape, a little bit of the brown, like I tried to continue the colors again. Um, I really enjoy this little tiny tuck here. It allowed for me to put a couple of pieces of ephemera, and again, another short, fat little paper clip. And this is just some paper. Now, this is actually like handmade paper of some sort, really nice paper. And I just applied this little die cut to it, stamped it up a little bit. You can see there's like, I didn't do that. That's just on there. Anyway, I really like the little fat paper clips. I like the little numbers peeking out here, the flowers peeking out the side. I just really like the way that this page works. So yeah, it looks really nice right there. This is glued to the page. You can't take it off. It's just got a spot for this tag here, and a spot to write on. To be honest, do what you want. Add a picture. Nice space to write. This is a paper bag, actually, that I have turned into a nice little pocket inside my journal. This is actual page that's sewed in. We've got some fabric up here, and inside the pocket is just a grunged up piece of paper. Now, this is just one of my digitals that I printed out and grunged up. I'm not entirely sure which paper pack it's from. It's from one of the many document style paper packs that I have. This is, okay, so this is the continuation of the book page that's here. And I wanted to use both papers. Again, I did not want to cover this up. So I used a piece of vellum with a piece of paper. And this is a digital antiquity. This is a retired kit. It's not available anymore. But it's printed on vellum. And I really, really love the way that that came out, because you can see everything back there. And everything's been grunged up, vintagified, my favorite little word I like to say, stamped. I did a bunch of like texturing with different stencils, and yeah, I really took my time, like I said, and enjoyed every tiny little bit. This is actually an Artie Mae's ticket that I folded in half and turned into a tab spot up at the top, and I really like the way that that turned out. So that's in our pocket here. Again, little details. We have some fun. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. We have some fun trim back here. So yeah, just little bits. I did do some mixed media in here as well. I did a little bit of, so this is like gesso. And I use like a metallic gelato mixed in with the gesso. Oh, okay. Gelato and gesso apparently are two words I cannot say together. So anyway, that's what I did. And I created this. Now there's some like blue back here because of it. It's just real fun. All the little textures. There's even like these red circles that I did back there with I took like some markers and some washi for a stencil and just made some circles back there. So that was fun. Follow your light up there. I really like the way that I did this trim. This is just what's it called, like seam binding or whatever, and I just, you know, ruffled it up as one does. Uh Hole reinforcers, because that's just fun. Who doesn't love that? Now this is shimmer paste on it, and I don't know if you can see the shimmer on this paper here, but that's fun. There's lots of coffee dye. This paper here, I really like it. It's like it's almost like tracing paper. Like, I don't know if you can see behind it like that. It's very thin yet sturdy somehow. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. For as thin as it is, it should not be holding up as well as it does, but it would be really nice for writing on. I can only imagine. I haven't done it yet, but I bet that takes ink very nicely. So yeah, this is fun. Just lots of textures, lots of details. I keep hitting the pole. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to find a way to reinforce that for the next video. I'm just kind of testing out if I can even do a flip through, to be honest. This is Artie Mae's Digital 2, I believe. And I just printed 2 and then used it as like kind of like washi to reinforce that paper. This is Artie Mae's Digital as well. I believe that's from her sewing kit. I don't know the actual title of it, but it's her sewing kit from years and years ago, actually. And I told you I did a little bit of mixed media. So this is also shimmer pasting, but or shimmer sprayed or whatever, but through a stencil and with green shimmer mist. So that's fun. A little bit of stamping. Have a tiny, tiny little side tuck here. Nothing big. This is the middle of the signature, and I don't know if you saw that at the end of the signature. This is paint, by the way. It's not. It's not blood. I don't want you to think that. Anyway, so yeah, cute little butterflies at the end of the middle signature bits. So, of course, this is yet another tuck spot. I just don't have anything in there. Here is a fold out pocket. Now, look at this. Look at this dyeing over here. How fun is that? I love the pink and the green. So this is a pocket. It was an envelope. I sealed the actual envelope part and used that as the hinge to adhere it, right? But then I opened up the top to turn it into a pocket. So this is what this page here looks like. You definitely could, excuse me, I had something in my throat. You definitely could write on this still. It's not dark enough that I don't think you can write on it. But I added the little butterfly back there because I thought it was a cute little detail, a little tiny moth guy. But yeah, again, another little butterfly. And then inside the pocket, I have, it's just like a vintage receipt kind of that I've grunged up and then backed with this fun collage that I did. I used hole reinforcers. That's kind of like my thing lately. I'm not entirely sure. This is like this tape that I tried to make, but it didn't turn out right. But I did like how the ink seeped into the crack, so I still use it quite a bit actually here as well. But I don't know if you can see. There's like this like gold kind of. I don't know. I just really enjoyed all the process of doing all these tiny little details. And this right here is a really good example of how to show you how all of the little details that I did, like even the ripping and how I've placed the paper, I did that on purpose. Like all of this is on purpose. All of the grunge bit here at the top, like all of it on purpose. I love it. I love all the little details. It's my favorite thing. That's why it takes me like a week to even make like one one thing because I take entirely too much time doing things as I am trying to get this into the pocket with the cute little butterfly hanging out. Regardless, doesn't matter. Gonna stop. So I adhered the hinge to the page this way, but I added a cute little cluster first, sewed the cluster on. So it's just some washi, some more of that tape, some cheesecloth, some more of this red that I've been using. Interesting fact about this red and also like the orange here, this red here, the red here. This is actually paper that is made from rock. And I'm not joking when I say that. Literally rock paper. I have a whole giant container of it somewhere. I moved it the other day to put it somewhere safe. And of course, have no idea where that safe place is, but I'll find it. And when I do, it's safe. So, but yeah, paper made out of rock. I'm actually going to see if I can't find the link for that and put it down in the description because I found it really interesting. I bought a huge bulk load of it and it comes in a variety of papers, thicknesses, like colors. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say paper. I meant to say thicknesses and styles. But yeah, here it is. And what's fun is the other side always looks different. And now this one, I wouldn't necessarily use this side, but like there are, for instance, there's one that was like purple on one side and blue on the other, and it was gorgeous on both sides. So I would definitely have a hard time using that one, but I liked using this as just a color accentuator. And I don't know if you can see like all the different. I'm not entirely sure how they make it. I don't know, but I think it's one of the coolest things I've ever heard of. So yeah, rock paper, guys, rock paper. Anyway, I'll put that down there in the description. Just some fun little bits and bobs. The other side of this really nice thin yet sturdy paper, I've just adhered a bingo card to it. I didn't really do anything crazy. I just wanted to put something in this pocket. This is the other side of the paper bag pocket. There's nothing actually in here, but I did reinforce the sides as much as I could because I thought it would be nice to make it something you could actually use. So, and I did put indicators on each side of this bag to like let you have a spot to stick something out of so that they know that it's there. Um, yeah, anyway, back to this side. So yeah, washi tape again, a little bit of mixed media, this stencil, some gesso, the ruffle. We love it. Over on this side, again, I love a good paper clip. Look at this one. It's adorable. It's a freaking, like, I don't know, butterfly moth. It's adorable. I love it. And this, unfortunately, was too big. This was actually going to go in this pocket. It was too big. And I was going to fold it and put it in there, but then it's a big old bulky thing. So, like, whatever. Anyway, I completely created this envelope with digital. Actually, I believe it was the old design shop. digital is what this is. This is one of my receipts here. An Artie Mays ticket that I use as a tab again, and I just grunge this up. You know, like I really enjoy grunging paper up and making it look like it's used. Taking vintage photo and this thing and just, you know, going over the edges. I really enjoy that. So yeah, just some paper for you to write on should you wish. I loved all the colors here. We got the teal, we've got the red, the yellow, all of it. Beautiful. I did use the cohesive type of washi throughout the whole thing. I used the same washies throughout everywhere. So, and this is kind of like the color scheme that I chose for my whole deal was all of this right here, actually. This paper, this paper, and these washies. And I'm not even joking. So yeah, oh, and the yellow washi. Forgot about that one. Yeah, so all of this is the like the color scheme that I went for. I do like to do that. I have boxes upon boxes of washi. It's actually very unhealthy, guys, the amount of washi that I have. I can't help myself. And so I am endeavoring to use it, however. So I've been picking up lots of washi and using lots of washi in order to try to get through my stash so that I can buy some more because I really love washi. I did buy some more the other day. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway. I put this little bow here. Look at it. It's so cute. I didn't want to do anything to the page because this is the other side of the Manilla signature file folder bit. Again, this paper has been adhered, like, I mean, it was adhered to the whole page, right? And then I folded that and created that into a signature. So, of course, it's going to be back here as well. There was a little rip down here. I like taking things and that could be mistakes and making it better. So I use some just paper. I mean, heck, just some paper down here, up there. It looks nice. I like it. Ruffle so to the end. This is avocado stained paper, by the way. I don't know if you could tell how yellow, or I mean, not yellow, pink this is. Beautiful. This is the back of the signature cover. I left this plain manila because there was some really nice texture here that I did not want to mess up. Plus, the coffee dye took really well up there. So anyway, I adhere to pocket. This is Artie Mace paper, I believe. Tracy Fox Digital. Love Tracy Fox. Love Artie Mays. Amazing, amazing women. This again, Artie Mays as well. We'll get into that in a second. This is Old Design Shop. How freaking cute is that? I made this into a little pocket. Okay. And here's some stuff to go inside of it. So again, I love a good paper clip, guys. Carte Postale. Made some backing paper. I was trying to keep like a little bit of dark blue in here as well. I didn't use it that much, but I did use it as an interest point every now and then. I did like I said, lots of stenciling and stamping throughout. So yeah, super cute. Love. I think that's a Tim Holtz stamp. I'm pretty sure. Um, love this. Love how it came out. Super cute. I actually did not want to put that on the side. So yeah. And then I made this little closure with just a circle punch that I have, and I stamped that. I believe that's Tim Holtz as well. Of course, the king himself, Tim Holtz, is freaking amazing. And I just added some paper back here. It's nothing crazy. I think it's the paper itself, I think, is like Russian or Romanian, or I'm not entirely sure. I'm so sorry. I really don't know what the language is, but Czech, maybe. Beautiful. Loved it. Loved how the coffee dye came out. And I figure, you know, some people just like to have a little bit of coffee dye paper they have access to. So here you go. It's a gift. Me to you. Anyway, put that in the paper back there. It just looks nice back there, I think, and a little bit of stamping as well. This is the back of the entire book. Okay. So we have a folder, so this is like an 11 by 14 folder, and I kept it all intact, stretched it out, and then kind of started folding it until I figured out a way that it all went together so that I could try to keep as much of the fold as I could. And then I did use, like, this is a piece of the thing that ended up getting cut. I used it to make another pocket. So I did use as much of the folder as I possibly could. Another one here to create another pocket. So here we just have a cute little, I mean, I don't even know. This is from my butterfly collage kit, by the way. So yeah, I pasted this back here. I just like the way that it looked. It's not a pocket or anything. It's just back there, a place to write. This is a envelope that I have grunged up. There's some more of that tape that I made. So yeah, super cute, fun little project. I really enjoyed all of it. Um, all the little details. Man, I really enjoyed this one. So I have these clear bookmarks that I bought. I used 2 of them to smush together some flowers, pressed eco dye, whatever flowers. Just made a little tag, real simple, real pretty. Use some more of that tape too to try to coffee dye, like give it that vintage coffee dyed look. So that fits back in this pocket, which is also the tape and whatnot. It's darkest before the dawn. I really love this little cluster down here. It's got everything. It's got a little tiny book page. It's got the reinforcer, washi cheesecloth. Like it's got the whole deal, right? And this pocket was made out of parchment paper, used parchment paper. That I think I used for the back of making mixed media. So like legitimately used all waste here. Um, and then that pocket folds over. It just says handmade from the heart. There's a little label here. Again, this is a Tracy Fox digital. On the back, I did do a lot of mixed media here. So I took a piece of wax paper, parchment paper, whatever, and I mixed mediaed it. I used gelatos and then I did texture paste gesso. I did some tissue paper. I did some more distressing, and then I took this paper. I can't really call it paper. I guess it's fabric. It's just like a mesh, but it has this detail. It almost looks like trees, maybe tree branches or something like that. But I sewed that on top of the parchment paper that I did the mixed media on. So that way it just kind of muted it, because obviously when you do mixed media, sometimes it does tend to look a little, I don't know, messy, and maybe not quite finished. And doing this, literally adding this fabric to the top of it, made it for me. Like this pocket is gorgeous. I really love this. I mean, not trying to toot my own horn. I legitimately love this pocket so much. Like if I could, I would just keep this journal for myself. I'm actually pretty tempted to, but I can't keep everything. Come on. Anyway, this is it's one of my, I think it's Antique Dispatch. I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, it's one of those big mega paper pack receipt papers that I have. But people wonder, so they're like, oh well, I just so you know, like the paper that you put, it has backwards writing, the digital, I think you maybe messed up. And it's like, no, I didn't actually. I like to put both the front of the paper sometimes, and if the ink from the back is really, I happen to really like that when the ink sinks through and you have the other page. And this is what I do it for, is so that you can literally, I took 2 pieces of paper, glued it together, sewed it together, and now it looks like the genuine front and back of this piece of paper. This says Southern Express Company up there, and here, Southern Express Company. I mean, it's backwards, obviously, but you can see it. I really like that. I don't know why anybody wouldn't like that. I mean, to each their own. You don't have to. You don't have to use it. That's totally fine. But I just wanted to kind of clarify why I do that. And it's for this reason, so that I can take 2 pieces and turn it into one front and back without having the actual antique document. This looks good enough, in my opinion. So anyway, I didn't leave the threading on throughout most of the book. I did genuinely cut the threading pretty close. This one I left it there, and I just like the way that it looked. But if you wanted to, you could cut it off. I did not do that pretty much anywhere except for there. There is a magnet on the inside and here, so it closes. And there we go. That is my flip through of this journal. This is the first completed project that I have done. Um, I I really liked it. It turned out different than I meant for it to. I actually had a different project in mind that included this, and that included this, which is also part of the Manila file folder. This was going to be the front. this was going to be a signature, which is it's just a fun. I'll get to this at some point. In a signature in it, and then this was going to be another signature, but it can't like look. If I had actually put all this together, and I'm not even done with the first two parts, so it would have been way too huge. So instead, I decided I actually got really inspired by this doily. And one of my friends, Sharon over at Paper and Lace Moments, she does beautiful, beautiful closures with doilies and fabric. And she inspired me one time to make things like this. And now I can't stop. Like it's all her fault, Sharon. Sharon, it's all your fault. But I really love it. Just so you know. Anyway. So yeah, so that's my end of rant here. Oh, I just love the way that sounds. I love the way this looks. It's so fun. I really enjoyed getting back into journaling, doing the crafting physically. I will be putting this up. I'm probably going to put it for sale on my Instagram, to be honest, just because uh, I would rather go through PayPal than Etsy. I'm just going to be honest with that. So, yeah. Anyway, let me know what you think of this journal, but also could you let me know what you think of this video in the comments? I'm not entirely sure if I want to do the whole talking video thing. I like doing flip throughs. I have done them silently in the past. So yeah, just let me know what you think. And thanks for stopping by and watching the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I'll respond to everything. So thanks for watching, guys. Later.